you familiar with E2 visas?
Somewhat.
So I have no idea how they work. So maybe we could talk about that today. Is that possible or?
Sure. Sure. I mean, do you have a client who is looking for an E2 or trying to come into the country using an E2 visa, trying to find a business to buy?
Yes. So I'm talking to a broker that's representing a buyer from England that wants to utilize the E2 visa to buy this business here on the west side.
Okay.
And I just have no idea how to tackle this from the legal perspective and, getting the right.
Generally, the first question I ask is, do they already have an immigration attorney? And if so, what's their contact information? Because one thing I found about E2 visas and the immigration attorneys that, prepare the applications for those is that in general, different attorneys have different requirements. Okay, so some attorneys are going to want the business to be at least $200,000. Others are perfectly comfortable working with a startup or like a brand new franchise, or even just, another form of a startup. They can package it with a business. They're not going to write the business plan, but there is a company out there called Journey that writes business plans. It's Joorney. So, my first question always for a buyer that's looking for an E2 visa is, are you working with an immigration attorney? And if so, who? And then I want to reach out to that immigration attorney and I want to find out what are their requirements? What are they comfortable with in terms of business acquisitions?
Perfect. Wow. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't know where to start. And I think that would be the initial thing is to reach out to the broker and tell them, hey, who's the immigration attorney if you have one. Let me get that conversation going and see, what the requirements are and go from there. Perfect.
Yeah, the other thing I can tell you is that the financials need to be reasonably clean. The business needs to show that it's a profit. One of the requirements for an E2 visa is that it has to employ two people or be able to employ two people. The E2 visa, I think, only lasts for 2 years. It renews every 2 years. And so if they don't have two people employed full-time, then it won't renew. They won't be able to renew it.
Well, this business has got good books.
understanding.
I'm sorry, what was the last thing, Tawnya?
I said, at least that's my understanding, is that it will not be renewed if they haven't employed two people full-time by the end of their
2-year cycle.
2-year cycle, then it will not be renewed.
Well, the good thing is that this business has good books and records. It's been in business for like 45 years.
Awesome.
And they employ 6 people. So I think that's at least that requirement is going to fit that model. Okay, thank you so much.
Mhm.